Good afternoon, gentlemen. How's it going? I hope everyone's having a pleasant Monday afternoon. It's episode number 14 of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. Gotta come up with a better name for that. Anyways, though, we're back here. If you watched the previous episode, you saw I dug a big hole, a crater, in my main base, and we're gonna be filling that hole today. As I said, we're gonna be building a mob farm, and we're probably gonna complete that in today's episode. Then we're gonna work on a few other things. We might get to that piglin farm, probably not because I don't want to build that, but I'm gonna have to get to that one day because the resources that it provides are just so good, and I can't really turn that down. And we're also going to be working in the area that we were working on in the previous episode around the castle, the rich kind of area. We're going to be building a few more houses, a marketplace maybe. We'll see what we get up to. I'm going to go look around my world, gather some resources, gather some supplies. That's the same thing. And get to work. I should stop talking. Here we go. Dropping down here into the dungeon area, we built this a few episodes ago, and some comments were left on a previous episode letting me know that I should build like a showers area or a cafeteria. We'll see what we get up to in another episode. Right now, though, I want to focus on this gargantuan hole. We're going to be filling this with a mob farm, and like I said in the previous episode, I know that this isn't going to be an effective mob farm. I know it's not going to have the craziest rates of all time. It'll probably have some pretty poor rates, but I want convenience. I spend a lot of time in this base, and I just want to always have a mob farm running. I have all these other AFK farms running, and I just want to collect a bunch of resources while I spend time here. I figure that's a pretty good idea. What can really go wrong? I also want a really big black panel that leads to a huge hole with a mob farm in it. I think that'll look pretty cool. And talking about all of this cool stuff, I should probably just get to work, stop wasting time, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, so I kind of forgot about one very crucial thing. The way mob farms work is you have to kill the mobs, and this mob farm works with fall damage. So basically what happened here is we lost 30 blocks, and that's very disappointing because now I basically lost half of this room. We're not going to have enough space for a bunch of platforms. We'll have much less platforms, but I feel like the best thing I can do right now is dig all the way down to bedrock, squeeze out every single last block we can get of height, and then maybe we'll be able to build like another 2 or 3 platforms at most. I think there's like 5 or 6 blocks that we can dig down, so I'm going to do that really quick, then I'll be back with you guys, and then we can begin construction on the farm. As you can see, I've done a significant amount of work. I've gotten all the platforms in here, used dark prismarine, beautiful block. I barely ever use it, but when I do, it looks great. I was thinking maybe like a black stone or a nether brick and then lava on the walls, but I was thinking that's a little bit too much. Anyways, though, it looks great. I also used a ton of black glass. Now, speaking of the design, it's like the most basic mob farm design ever. I'm sure you've all seen this. There's so many tutorials on this exact same farm. I don't even know who to link because they're all the same tutorial. I don't know whoever came up with this farm. You get the credit, whoever you are. You're a good person. You saved my life. I've built this farm like twice in this world already. No, just once in this world, but it's far. It's in the jungle base. So again, I'm not even going to say the word. You guys know why this is in my base. Moving on though, we still have the walls to do, and I want to keep them simple, but I want to make them look cool. I still have no idea what I'm going to do for them, but they're going to be huge, so I have to think of something simple yet elegant, and I'm sure I'll come up with something, but if I don't, then I don't know. I guess I'll just not come up with the walls. Anyways though, I'm going to get to work, and we'll see what I come up with. As you can see, I've done a bit more work, and keep in mind this is not even close to the final product. I still have to update these 2 sidewalls. They're looking pretty janky right now, but this window, this is basically finished product. Actually, it's not, because I've been watching a video on Minecraft 1.17 and they came out with something called tinted glass, and it's literally the perfect feature. Thank you so much, Moang, for listening to this video, even though you've already created this in the past. Who knows? Anyways, the way tinted glass works is light doesn't shine through. Obviously, this is regular black glass, black stained glass. Light shines through glass because it's a translucent block, so it stops mobs from spawning if there's light too close to it, and I need light in the hallway so mobs don't spawn, but I need light out of this mob spawner so mobs do spawn. Very confusing, I know. This is what the farm looks like from below though. As I was saying, burrito, it's a big cylinder. Anyways, back to that tinted glass. It's gonna be great. It's the perfect feature at the perfect time. I'm so glad Moang listens to me. Anyways though, I'm gonna do a bit more work because I need to continue doing work. I need to make this whole burrito go all the way down to the base level. I need to make a collection system. I need to do the redstone. Much to do, so little time. Let's continue. As you can see, the water is turning off and on because the farm is completely finished. It should be completely functional. The redstone is completed, and I'm just going to close off this window. I'll be changing this black stained glass with tinted glass when that releases. Now, I'm not going to be uploading... Oh, there's actually some creepers right there falling. I guess the farm has started to fully function, and the convenience thing works, I guess. So, yeah, that's great news. Even though I'm this close to the farm, I guess I am going to get rates all the time. Pretty great. Anyways, though, I'm not going to be updating to the snapshots to get this tinted glass because I need Optifine, I need the replay mod, and those don't really update the snapshots, so I'm going to have to wait for the full release of 1.17. I have no idea when that's going to be. I also have this side door over here. This is to access the redstone at the top. I have this ladder, but I just use rockets to get up here because it's much easier, and I just spam rockets everywhere. Very simple redstone. It's literally just a lever and then a bunch of repeaters, or sorry, a comparator, and then a bunch of repeaters in a loop. Very simple stuff, not too complex. Even my mind can handle it. But yeah, the farm is completely done. All that's left to do is, I guess, detail it, but we're probably not going to be doing that in this episode. And by detail it, I mean detail the walls. Probably not going to be doing that, but we're going to finish the collection area. I need somewhere for the mob loot to actually go and to be stored, and then I'll be able to take it from that collection area and put it in my storage room. I was thinking of automatically transferring it into my storage room, but I decided not to do that. I'm just going to have a separate collection area for the loot. Walking through this little crack in the wall, this is what the collection area is looking like right now. We just have a bunch of hoppers, and it's actually leading into the wrong direction. We're going to have to change that. But yeah, mobs are actually dropping down here, which is a really great sign. As you can see, the burrito has not been completed, but this is the task of the next clip. We're going to be finishing this entire area up. I don't really know what kind of aesthetic I want to go for down here. As you can see, there's bedrock down here, so we're going to be putting in a floor. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with that. I'm going to figure some things out. I'm going to draw up a design, think of something in my mind, and finish this area off, and then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so to build the collection area, I had to reroute some hoppers, so I had to turn off the farm, but all of that's done now. The farm is 100% fully functional. I just need to turn it on, and there you go. You can see the repeaters cycling around, dropping down here, and this kind of gets me thinking, I don't have a great way of dropping down or getting into the collection area. Maybe I'll build some kind of redstone slime block elevator. That won't be too difficult to install, I don't think, but I'll have to look up a design if I end up doing that. Anyways, for now, I kind of just dropped down this hole, dropped down into this crack in the wall, and it leads me into an epic room. I'm in love with the way this room looks. It kind of looks like Darth Vader's lair or something like that, just very dark and ominous and very evil or scary, something like that. I'm just in love with it. I don't know, I don't really have the greatest descriptive words for it. It looks cool. I'm in love with the floor. It's this layer of black glass, and then you see all this exposed bedrock. It's very unique in my opinion. It looks cool. I have an item elevator here that pushes the blocks up into these water streams, and then all of the items go into the chests. Now, everything is completed, everything's working as intended, blocks are being placed into the chests, and I'm very happy with the outcome of this entire project. All I have to do is add a staircase because the one behind me is hideous, so I'm going to do that quickly, and then we're done. So I just added a small little staircase here to get in and out, nothing too special or epic, just in case we do end up tearing it out and adding in an elevator for me to use. I just wanted to keep it simple. I hid some light under here just so mobs don't spawn. Overall though, completely finished. Let's move on to something else in the world. Okay, if I sound a little bit strange, it's because it's the next day and I just woke up and I need to get this video out. I'm very pressed for time, but anyways, we're back in this area. We worked on this area in the previous episode. We built this fountain over here. Fountain, I don't know, it's like a statue in water. We built the map. Anyways, this area needs to be a marketplace. So every house that I build here, obviously the houses are outlined with the nether brick, but every house is going to be like a store. It's going to be a marketplace. All of this area, all of this grass is going to be like gravel roads and stuff like that. It's going to be a big open area with a bunch of stores, and I think that's going to have a cool vibe to it. Anyways though, I want to build one of these houses and I have no idea what to do for it, so I'm going to draw something up in a creative test world and then time lapse it. Alright, I just had to stop the time-lapse quickly and craft up some lecterns. I had no idea how to craft them, and I believe that's what they're called, right? Lecterns, the library pedestal kind of things. You guys will see in a second. I'm going to be using them as guards for like a fence guard or whatever that's called up on the balcony right under these spruce trapdoors. I think that's going to look great. I've seen a lot of other people do that in their designs for houses and stuff like that. Anyways, though, the bones, the structure of the house is complete. I still have to detail it. The roof, for instance, I think it looks great. It's using some spruce wood, so maybe it's a little bit different from the other houses, but I think it does look good. The only thing I would change is, as for the dark oak logs, they're stripped. Maybe I'm going to change those out for regular dark oak logs so they can go a little bit better with the regular dark oak that's like kind of surrounding the spruce wood. I don't know, maybe I'll change that, maybe I won't, but just adding these down here is what I was talking about. They're kind of like a fence, kind of like posts or something like that. I'm going to see how this looks like. I'm not exactly sure how this corner bit is going to go, but I'm going to work on this a bit and then I'll be back with you guys. Very quick update, I just want to show you guys what these fence guards look like, pedestals, I don't know what this is called. Anyways, it does kind of look weird because they are an oak color. I wish they were a spruce color. Maybe I'll update that in a texture pack or something like that, make them a little bit darker just so they fit in a little bit better. But as you can see, the corner kind of looks a bit strange because they don't exactly fit together. Maybe I can change this up in some sort of way, but I'm going to do a bit more work, some actual work this time. It's not going to be a quick update. Probably going to finish the entire house, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, as you can see, the house is completely different. There's a bunch of different detail everywhere. I got some leaves in here. The lectern kind of balcony thing is looking great. There's more windows. I finished up all of the walls. It's looking really good. What can I say? The only thing I didn't change, and I'm still going to change, is the top roof thing with the stripped logs. I'm definitely going to change that to regular dark oak logs. I want to see what that looks like, but for now I want to move on to something else. Anyways, though, as you can see, we have this nice little roof right here by the door. It's all looking really great. I'm really impressed with how this house looks. Although it's very different from anything else we've built in this area because it is a little bit lighter and there's a lot more color to it. It's still just as bland and boring as everything else I've built, and I don't know, it just fits in this area. I'm excited to see when all the other houses in this area are completed. When this house next to it is, there's going to be like a nice little alley right here, but I have to add a bunch of gravel and a bunch of cobblestone and stone right here, make a path, get these stairs coming down here, and I just want to make this all look nice and finished up. I'm not going to be working on any other houses, but I just want this one to look a little bit more complete. Alright, so as I said, I quickly just built a path around this area. This whole area is basically going to be covered with this stuff, and I had to light it up somehow, so again, I went with the carpet design. I don't know, is it the best thing I could have done? Probably not, but it works, and it's an easy way to hide lighting. I also have some lighting hidden under some leaves and stuff like that, but as you can see, this path kind of goes down here. It's a very gradual decline. It's not like stairs or anything like that, it's just slabs, and yeah, I think when this other house on the right is finished, this alleyway is going to be really cool. It's going to, drop you down into this area, and then it's going to open up and it's going to be a huge marketplace. It's going to look really cool. I said it's a little bit too much there, but yeah, I'm really happy with the outcome of this house. I'm excited to see, as I said, the other houses. I think this area is going to be really great. I'm really going to try to bring my A game and make this look the best it possibly can because it is going to be a grand marketplace. The statue looks cool. The houses have to look cool too. Okay, stepping away from the regular everyday overworld projects like building houses, I wanted to step into the end right here. I have a very grand concept for something. A few episodes we built this right here. This is the end portal room, and it looks very grand and epic, and I kind of want to replicate that in the end itself. Stepping into my end here, as you can see, it's quite barren. We don't even have a full bridge here, but that's just it. There's nothing in this end world. I want to build something grand and epic. I have these sand duplicators here. Got to get rid of those. They're not really sand duplicators. They're more like collection areas for the sand duper, but that never really worked out. It kind of just produced like a few stacks of sand and then never worked again. I never used it again. Anyways, though, back to the end itself. I want to build Asgard. Now, I've seen various different designs in the end. I've seen Philza, if you've heard of him. He built like Atlantis in the end. That was really cool. I've seen the T2B2 server or whatever they're called. They built a space station. Obviously, the end is basically space, so that fits. But Asgard is also in space. I think building Asgard would be one of the coolest projects ever. I've kind of hinted at that or mentioned it in a previous episode, but if you weren't there, I'm telling you now, this is a project that I'm going to be working towards because it is going to be massive. And if you guys don't know what Asgard is, it's Thor, the Norse god's home planet. Now, if you've seen the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, then you know what Asgard looks like, and I'm going to be modeling it after the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Asgard. Now, here's an image on screen if you've never seen or heard of Asgard before. As you can see, it's like this huge rainbow bridge that leads to a golden palace island planet thing, and it's just huge and epic and grand, and it's perfect. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to accomplish this because it's built out of gold, and as you guys know, there aren't slabs and stairs in gold, and gold is expensive, so I have no idea what I'm going to be building this out of, but I want to build Asgard. I think it's going to be the coolest thing I ever really build. I'm going to put a lot of attention to detail in this place. I'm going to have to collect resources for days. I'm going to have to mine out most of this island. It's a huge project, but I absolutely want to build it. Hopefully you guys stick around and see me build it. I don't really have time to plan anything out or do anything in this episode, but I just wanted to mention that I'm going to be working towards it, and it's obviously going to be an absolutely epic project. Alright, unfortunately, that's all I have time for today's episode. I'm sorry that it was so short. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, I have a bunch of schoolwork to get to. I have exams next week. I have summatives that I have to finish this week. And it's just a lot of work that I don't really want to be doing, but I don't really have any more raw time to play Minecraft, to build things. So I'm going to have to end this episode off here. I'm sorry that it's so short. Hopefully next week's episode is a little bit longer. It's probably not going to be, though. I'm going to try to pump one out, but if I can't, don't blame me. I'm doing exams. Life is great. Anyways, though, I hope you guys have a great day, and I do mean that. There are a lot of negative things that happen in life. There are school work things that you have to get done and regular work things that you have to do, but enjoy life. You have Minecraft, go play that. You have movies, go watch some movies, go have a good time. Life is easy, and just enjoy everything. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you guys, have a great day.